Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first of our daily wraps for 2020. The first of 6 episodes for Dressage by the Sea. Day one has been a huge day, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the desk our MC from here in the main arena, Steph Davies, and of course one of our experts. He was here last year, Brett Parbery. Gentlemen and gents, and Steph, I'll get there right. Well done and welcome to today, day one. What a start.
Yeah, thanks so much, Tim. It was an incredible day in the covered arena and, of course, in the Grand Prix arena as well. There was action all day long.
Parbs, the first question, how are you feeling? How's that leg?
Oh, look, the leg's good, a bit stiff, but I went to the specialist on Thursday and he said that I can push ahead, which means to me, green light, go for it, go hard. So I'm hoping, I'm back in the saddle, but not at full pace.
It's been a huge year to get us back to Dressage by the Sea. This year, a slight change. Last year we started on the Thursday. This year we're starting on a Saturday. We've condensed it at a 4-day program into 3 days, and we're doing it twice. And in the middle we're putting a masterclass, and the first time the FEI Regional Dressage Forum has been here in Australia since 2005. It's a huge 9 massive days of dressage, isn't it, Parbs?
Yeah, it is. It's unprecedented in Australia, and what a way to do it. Borley Point, fantastic venue, Terry Snow's Wonderland. We put a forum, we put 2 shows back to back. I mean, how good can it get?
Steph, I know you're a show jumper like me normally. I've wrangled a few of my show jumping mates, but you sent me a text message today. What did you say?
I said, Tim, I'm really starting to like this dressage. It's extremely fancy, but I really admire the craft of these riders here today, and certainly in that Grand Prix I was starting to get the goosebumps in some of those movements, and I could certainly see myself catching the bug.
Well, in December last year, I think us all here at Willinga Park crossed our fingers. There was a week there, the fires built down on us, and we were all thinking, man, we're unlucky. How are we able to be getting these here? And then New Year's rolled around and we saw what happened to the whole East Coast. The bushfires absolutely decimated. 550,000 hectares burnt out of the Currowan fire. It burnt from the Southern Highlands all the way down to south of Maruya, almost Narooma. A huge area. It's been a huge impact, hasn't it, Parbs?
It has. Tim, it's been an enormous impact on the coast, and to run an event like this that you guys have pushed ahead and brought business to the coast, that's the best we can do, is to vote with our feet, come to the coast, spend some money, spend some time and try and rebuild.
There was lots of questions whether we could go ahead, whether we would, and I spoke to Terry very early on the piece at about the 6th or 7th of January when we were returning back to the office, and he said, Tim, we will go ahead no matter what we have to do because we need to get some normality back here. And now we've had 250 mil of rain. The arena today, they told me, was a little bit too wet. Who would have known? But Steph, it is all about bringing people back to the region. I know you and your work actually did that just the other day.
Yeah, just last week we had our annual conference to reset the team for the year. So we brought 22 of our executive team down here to the South Coast and had our conference for a few days. And it was really great to get behind the Love New South Wales initiative and reignite the economy and put some business into it.
Brett, we've always had a great rivalry between Australia and New Zealand. It's great to see 4 New Zealanders have hopped on the plane and come out here this year. This was always the vision. I know you were the brains behind the back-to-back shows with Terry and Lindsay Stewart, who's on maternity leave at the moment, but she'll be back very soon, they tell me. But you guys really drove on with the back-to-back concept, and it's great to see the Kiwis jumping on board.
It is. Look, the Kiwis, I said it today on the live stream, they bring this all-black we can do it attitude, and it just filtrates through their whole sporting culture. Kiwis are notorious for punching above their weight, and the girls that came today, they did exactly that. I mean, there's some disappointing results also in the Kiwis, but I tell you what, there's nothing more dangerous than a Kiwi down.
Now,
look out.
We tried to get an official Trans-Tasman. We couldn't quite get it through with all the regulations, but friendly banter is what it's all about. So we've got the Aussie versus Kiwis competition, and we've got the Team New Zealand. We've got some footage here today. John Thompson, Melissa Galloway, Victoria Wall and Wendy Williamson do a phenomenal job. They compete so well.
Look, and John Thompson, who we can see here, 8-year-old horse, first year at Grand Prix. Johnny's a master at getting these horses to do it early in their career. He said to me today, the first thing John said to me today is, did you see my test and what did I do wrong? How can I get better? So always looking for more marks.
202.065. So the competition works 4 competitors, 1 drop score. It's over the Grand Prix today and the Grand Prix on Thursday. The first of the Grand Prix at the second of the CDI 4 stars here at Dressage by the Sea. And I think Melissa Galloway, to myself, is the one to really keep an eye on. She's only 26, powerhouse.
And Melissa Galloway with her horse, I just can't pronounce the name, Steph, it's too French for me, but look, that was the whisper around the ground before the show was, watch Melissa Galloway. The horse is very impressive. Again, only 9 years old, coached by Vanessa Way, a masterful rider in herself, and yeah, look out.
Team Australia, picked by our selectors. They used the FEI World Ranking to pick their team. Great team as well. Alicia Targa, Fiona Selby, Mary Hanna, Rosie Ryan. Great to see them. Their score, 202.50. Less than 0.4 of a difference between first and second at the moment. With 3 scores added together, it's tight.
It's very tight. And the Kiwis are coming. They've said for a while, we're as good as you guys, and they're showing it.
So much enthusiasm from them today, and having 4 of them in that 4-star Grand Prix was really wonderful to see.
Well, it's been a huge day here today. Our guys here with our production team do an amazing job. They got out and about and they've shot a bit of a highlights package from all the action here at Willinga Park on day 1 of Dressage by the Sea. How lucky are we, guys, that Terry and Jeanette open up our property? Not only is it a world-class facility, but the gardens, the sculptures, we say it every time, but you just pinch yourself every time you drive in the gates, don't you, Steph?
Absolutely, Tim. I took a walk down to the Grand Prix Arena earlier today and I just couldn't get over the sound of that waterfall just falling in the backdrop of this indoor arena, and those gardens are getting better every time I'm here.
It was a battle to get that on. We've got it on. It's staying on for the whole event. The first of our classes this morning, Steph, the CDN, tough class. There was a bit of a mix-up with the test there for a few of them, but a great win in that competition by Pauline.
Yeah, that's right, Tim. We can see here Pauline Carnival and Captain Cook, such a powerful big chestnut there. It was a delight to watch.
Yeah, look, Pauline with Captain Cook, I know this combination quite well because I found Captain Cook for Pauline, and to watch her bring him back to Australia and do so well, I must say, is very, very rewarding. Pauline, again, a very seasoned competitor, has been around. She's taking her time with this horse. He's quite an energetic horse. By Johnson, the same sire as Melissa Galloway's horse. And very, very nice horse. And Pauline doing a great job.
You know why I reckon she's going so well? She booked one of our VIP pavilions, so she's staying up there. She's got the full luxury suite, and that's got to help you ride better.
Absolutely, Tim. and performance enhancing.
If you want to be like Pauline and win, talk to me for next year. We'll do a deal for you. Now, Mary Warren wins the CDI under 25. A step back for her this year, but another tough competitor.
Yeah, Tim, Mary Warren was on fire here today. She won in the outdoor Grand Prix arena, then she came up this afternoon to the covered arena and won again in the under 25 class on her sensational Mindara Park Ramadan.
Mary, again, been around a long time, has done a lot in the arena at a very early age. This horse was her first horse to Grand Prix. She actually jumped out one year and won the Sydney CDI freestyle, unheard of, came from midfield and won it. And it's just been so good watching Mary's career. Again, still, it just reminds you how young she is when she turns around and goes and wins the under 25. You just realise she's done all of that and she's still under 25.
Well, she's a fierce competitor, and I was talking to her today, all going to plan back into the 4-star next week. Well, earlier this year, or late last year, just before the bushfires came and engulfed the south coast, we opened a very special part of Willinga Park. It's the next piece in the puzzle, as some may say. It's our brand new convention centre, and we're really excited to launch it to you all here tonight.
Willinga Park is renowned for exceptional quality and beauty, and our new conference facility makes no exception. The adaptable 350 square metre conference hall and 20-seat boardroom houses the latest in meetings and events technology, catering to a range of small to medium-scale conferences, corporate retreats, meetings, functions and expos. With luxury on-site accommodation and catering and the wonderland of the New South Wales South Coast at our doorstep, Willinga Park is a unique destination to inspire grand thinking, team connection and collaboration. Contact us today for a carefully tailored package for your next corporate event. willingapark.com.au.
Such a special place. Pubs, I know you were at the opening. That piece of the puzzle for Willinga is just unprecedented on any conference centre, let alone an equestrian centre.
It is, Tim. I can still remember the original discussions with Terry and talking about, wouldn't it be good? I mean, dangerous conversation with Terry Snow.
He goes and does it straight away.
And, wouldn't it be good if we could have an equine event and then have a conference that ran with it, or somewhere where people can go and watch and have a drink and the whole thing. And next thing you know, the plans are drawn and the footings are being laid. And again, what a beautiful centre.
I actually rang him at 8:30 this morning and said, Tez, you better come down to the conference centre. We sat in there, we had a cup of coffee, we watched the competition in the arena live on the big screen with the scores coming in from both arenas. It was a little tick for both of us because, as you know, that's been the dream.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we are all here this week is for the 4-star. It's the only 4-star in the Southern Hemisphere, and I got goosebumps when the entries came in because Mary Hanna is back in the country and she has just put in an absolute electric performance on the board here. That is why she's one of Australia's best.
That she is, Tim. She is wonderful, and this test in particular I thought was fabulous. I thought this test deserved more points, to be honest. Mary trains regularly with a fellow called Patrick Kittle, Swedish born, rides for Sweden.
Almost
master.
Aussie now because he's married to an Aussie.
We'd love to claim him as an Aussie, I must say. He's married to an Aussie and we love them both. And he's very supportive of the Australian contingent going forward and how he can help. And he can help. I think he's one of the world's best, if not the world's best, coach on the ground, and he backs it up in his riding. And what he's done with Mary, she's riding with focus. She's riding, I think, at the best she's ever ridden. And that was shown today on this ride with this mare. This mare hasn't been easy. And I really think that she deserved more points. oftentimes dressage judging can be a little bit, a show behind in some ways. Not that it should be, but I think the judges sometimes get a little cautious. This was just beautiful.
Can she do a Tokyo campaign from Australia?
I think she can, and if anyone can, it's Mary. She gets regular coaching with Patrick via the internet, which is quite interesting. I was talking to someone today who had spoken to Mary about it, and she said it's fabulous. It's in real time, it works for Patrick, it works for her, and it's clearly working.
Steph, this was the one I think I got the text message from, wasn't it? It's just poetry in motion.
Absolutely was, Tim. I'm a little bit biased because my horse is a complete bay like this, and I was just trying to imagine if that could ever be me. I think that's a very, very long shot, but I got goosebumps, and I mean, that horse, Kalanta, as soon as she came into the arena, she just had this presence and everyone just stopped.
So close to the 70 percentile mark though. Keep your eye on Melissa Galloway. As we said in the opening, she's only 26 years of age, and this show does it time and time again, doesn't it, Parbs? It's that finding of that rider who pops up, and I think Melissa is one they all need to keep an eye on.
I agree. Melissa had every reason to make a mistake. First time on Australian soil, first time travelling, the enormous expense that the Kiwis go to bring their horses here. She had the pressure of a country behind her because everybody's talking about Melissa Galloway and how good this horse is. And she had every reason to make mistakes, but she is a cool customer to turn up here in a pretty tricky environment. You know, we set a challenge here with the waterfall and the screens, and she delivered. I was very, very happy for her.
Well, we are going to kick off tomorrow's competition at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's been a huge day today, and if you aren't down here at Willinga Park, jump on, get down here. Dorothy Schneider will be here on Thursday, Parbs, and that's going to be one we don't want to miss. A masterclass. There are still tickets available.
Oh, well, that's great to hear. Look, if you're a dressage enthusiast and you want to see the world's best, please come to Dorothy Schneider. She is fabulous. I think her and Isabel Worth are the two best on the planet at this point in time. And I can't wait to see her. And I sort of helped set it up. You know, I spoke to her at Tryon and asked would she come, and then Lindsay followed it up. I'm thrilled that she's coming to Willinga Park. I can't tell you. And I'm so excited to watch her work because I'm a big fan and I really want to learn from her.
Steph, it's been great having you here today. I look forward to seeing you riding in a dressage saddle in a not too distant future.
Well, Tim, you'll hold me to that, I know, but it's been a pleasure coming down, and the spirits are so high around the grounds. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Brett, great to have you here. You'll be back again tomorrow night. Another day of competition. Grand Prix special tomorrow. Should be another great class.
Yeah, the special's always one that delivers. Talking to Wendy Williamson, she set the Australian record at the Nationals that we had at Sydney. She is brewing out there. Trust me, she's going for it tomorrow. She's booked me for the warm-up. We're going to have a real crack at this tomorrow, so look out.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Day one, of course, we'll be back tomorrow night analysing, talking about and looking at all of the ins and outs of Dressage by the Sea. But from right now here at Willinga Park, thank you so much, Brett. Thank you, Steph. Thank you to all of you watching at home. We hope to see you here tomorrow. And from here at Willinga Park, good night.